Hi, this is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. Holla.
All right, y'all. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? This is Faith, and you are watching The Faith Factor. And today I got to get in some behinds. I got to get in some behinds today, y'all. Because see, this whole PNB rock situation has really set people upside down, topsy-turvy. You had a lot of gender warring because you had a lot of black men on the platform going in on black women because they wanted to say, without any proof, without any investigation, without any evidence, when the story first broke. I know I'm not the only person, but I remember I just remember seeing all the online live streams where black men were running to their platform and they were dragging PNB Rock's baby mama for filth. I know I'm not the only one that remember this, right? I know I'm not the only one that remember going to Grandmaster Troll's channel and they were up there on his panel just talking dirty about the girl all over social media. And you had some black women participating in this foolishness too. Some black women were drinking the Kool-Aid too without any evidence, any investigation. They went in on that woman. So now, come to find out that after the FBI have conducted their investigation, come to find out the young woman that they blamed, that was blamed in the court of public opinion by many black men that have a problem with black women. Come to find out she was innocent this entire time. So let me get this straight. You're a black woman, you out with your man who is, a very popular rapper. You're having a little breakfast at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And she did nothing out of the ordinary of what most, people do nowadays. When people go out, especially the young ladies, if they're out with their guy, they like to take a picture of the restaurant. They like to take a picture of the food. They like to, just take pictures and floss. Oh yeah, Raining Woman. They said it was all her fault. Let them tell it. Yeah, that's what they said. To let them tell it, it was all her fault because she sent them pictures. She set him up. That's what they were saying. All on social media, on Grandmaster Troll channel. They were sitting up there dragging that poor woman through the mud. And come to find out. She ain't had nothing to do with it, y'all. It was the driver. It was the driver. This man, PNB Rock, you know how we always talk about group economics in the black community. Jason Black talks about it all the time. We talk about supporting black businesses and creating jobs for one another. Black first, hire your own first, buy with your own first. Yes, Raining Woman, it was, now the driver didn't pull the trigger, but according to what I read, in different news articles, it was his son. He called his 17-year-old son to go and rob PNB Rock and kill him. That's what he did. The driver set that up. But I don't see any live streams with these niggas, these buffoons, these black female banging cowards. I don't see any of them firing up no live stream to call out this nigga though. So that's the reason why this video is entitled, "It's a Black Man That Killed PNB Rock." Keep that same energy, motherfuckers. Keep that same energy. Yes, Raining Woman, it was that man in the thumbnail. The man on the right-hand side. He was the driver. And see, it makes me so mad because people be so quick to bang on black women for any little thing that we do. Everything is our fault. They didn't have no evidence, but they still blamed this young woman, the baby mama. And I went on to GNC channel and I was in the chat room and I simply said in the chat room, I said, hey, y'all. I said, she might not have done it. I said, she hasn't done anything no different than what other women do when they're out with their man. They take pictures of their food and where they're at, and they're chatting it up online. I've done it myself. Plus, it don't make no sense. Why would she want her baby daddy killed? The man is worth more to her alive than dead. Why would she want him killed? That is the father of her children. Yes, AP from the Bronx. AP from the Bronx says we get blamed for everything. We do. Right, Raining. I didn't even know who this man was until he died. But apparently his hating ass driver was the one that set him up. And no less set his 17-year-old son up to go and rob and murder this man. Now, you talk about black women being a bad influence on their daughters. Black women not teaching their daughters how to be good wives and good mothers and good women and et cetera, et cetera. They go on and on and on about how black women are a bad influence upon our daughters. But here we got a black man working for another black man that gave him an opportunity. And what did he do to thank this black man for giving him an opportunity? He sent his son to kill him. That's what he did. That's how thankful he was for his opportunity. Right, Rainey. She says that black man doesn't even love his own son to set him up like that. Exactly. So while there are so many black men that wanted to blame that woman, I don't see none of y'all firing up no videos apologizing for sitting up here and accusing this woman like this. I told y'all when I was over there at Grandmaster Troll's channel, I said it's a little bit too soon for y'all to be making those type of reckless allegations. And see, this was not just done here on YouTube. This was done all over social media, where people were actually accusing this woman. And now here it is. She just lost the father of her children. That's bad enough. And it happened right in front of her. He was killed right in front of her. She didn't know if she was next to be killed. She's lucky to be alive. And then on top of that, you Negroes, and it's always your own people, y'all running amok with no information, no rhyme, no reason, blaming her because she took some photographs. What's up at the Kareem the Trucker? I see you down there. He says, good afternoon, Miss Faith, chat, and mods. Right, Rainy. Black men hate to see each other and other black men's success. That driver was envious of PNB. Exactly. And see, this is what I'm getting at, y'all. We always talking this group economic stuff. Create opportunities for each other. Brothers and sisters, we supposed to go out and create these businesses and hire our own en masse, right? Well, didn't PNB hire a black man to be his driver? Didn't he? And this Negro was not grateful for the opportunity. This Negro was sitting up there looking at this man with the sad eye the entire time. And like Raining Woman said, envious because of his money, because of his prestige, because of his woman, probably because of how he's able to take care of his family. He was envious the entire time. He was not trying to see how he could elevate himself to that status or something like it. He wasn't trying to be like, you know what? I see this man out here making moves, and this is going to inspire me to make moves myself to be just as successful. No. This man looked at this other black man. He looked at this other black man and said, this nigga think he better than me. This nigga out here flossing and showing off his gold chains and his jewelry and all of this stuff like he think he better than anybody. I think I'm gonna knock this nigga down a peg and I'm gonna take from this nigga. That's what he was sitting there doing. He was sitting there plotting the entire time. But y'all want to sit up here and blame black women for all of your downfalls, all of your shortcomings. It's black women's fault. You not doing good in life in some kind of way, you think it's a black woman's fault. We can't even go out on a date with our man and something bad happened to him and we can't even grieve. We're not free to grieve because we're going to be blamed if something happened to that black man. Now, what a lot of people are not pointing out, and I don't know if they did or didn't, but PNB Rock also liked to post pictures of himself. He liked to flash his houses. He liked to flash his jewelry. He liked to flash his money and all his belongings. So if this man was posting pictures of him flashing his money and his belongings, and then on top of that, I heard one of the tweets was he was telling people, yeah, come get at me. Get at me if you can. He was sitting up here taunting people. Yeah, I got it. I got it like that. Get at me. And the very person that was closest to him, that he trusted, that he gave a job to, This was the person that decided to take him up on that offer. Another black man. The case of black on black crime. And I don't care what anybody says, while black men are sitting up here blaming black women for all of their problems, all of their issues, and all of their downfalls, the fact still remains that when black men are victimized, they're not being victimized by black women. Majority of the time, you are being victimized by other men in your racial group. What's up, Amanike Mama Max? That's what's happening. Black men, you are being targeted by other black men. Black women are the least of your worries. The least. The only thing you have to fear from us is whether or not we want to be bothered with you. But as it stands, when you walk outside your door, your biggest threat is each other. When you walk outside that door, you're not worried about a black woman running up on you, robbing you, are you? Let's just take a minute and take time out from Simon Says real quick. And let's just be honest about some stuff. You're not worried about if you go to the bank and withdraw some money, that there's going to be a black woman standing behind you to rob you. You're not worried about that. You're not worried about if you go to your car, if there's going to be a black woman there to steal your vehicle. You're not worried about that. You're worried about these other Negroes. That's what you really worried about. What's up, uppity Negro in the house? Mr. Grand Juror, welcome. So how is it that when this story first broke, all of you were so sure that it was the baby mama setting him up? I told you. I said it doesn't seem likely. Because just think about it. Unless he had a will somewhere that she knew about, and unless he had a hellified life insurance policy with her name on it and the children's names on it, then I could see her probably, wanting to do something like that. But their relationship is solid. They don't have no problems that we read about with their relationship. The death benefit, okay, yeah, you might could say that, but you don't really get a lot from that death benefit. I mean, she would be better off if she broke up with him and just got the child support. So he's worth more to her alive than dead. So it never made sense to me when you Negroes are sitting up here saying she set him up. Like, how could she set him up? This man is taking care of her, taking care of her children, doing for her. Like she's getting so much out of the relationship right now. Like, why would she even want to do that? Salute to BMT. Broke the story yesterday on his channel. When you get a chance, go ahead and check out BMT on his channel. He also had a panel on this as well. Right, uppity Negro. Uppity Negro says the internet owes that woman an apology. Exactly. But I don't see the same way that these Negroes went stampeding to their social media platforms to call this woman out, to accuse her of something horrendous as murdering her own children's father. None of them went stampeding back to their platform to apologize to this woman. I don't see nobody saying, hey, you know what, we were wrong for accusing this black woman. And you need to also, those of you that stampeded to your platforms and use this woman as a weapon against other black women, to use her and say that black women are the downfall of black men. You all did that. And come to find out, black men are the downfall of black men. It's the other way around completely. Right, Uppity Negro, even Nicki Minaj said she set him up. Is she going to give this woman an apology? Because just think about it. This woman went out that day, didn't know that her father of her child was going to die. And she didn't know that her life was in danger. So now when it happens, and she's grateful to be alive, but she's mourning the death of the father of her children. And then on top of having to mourn the death of the father of her children, you got people everywhere you turn, Nicki Minaj and all these black men and some black women too. They're saying that you may have gotten your baby father killed because you sent out a picture message like everybody on this platform have done. I bet you everybody on this platform have gone out to eat, taking a picture of their food, because I know I have. I'm not going to sit up here and be hypocritical and say I haven't. I've taken pictures of my food and my location before. She didn't do anything that not now one of us haven't done but once or twice. And she got accused of being part of a setup. Can you imagine how that feels? Now, before the FBI concluded their investigation, can you imagine how it might have felt to her if she was thinking to herself, wow, people are saying that me sending out this picture with the location on it got my baby daddy killed. Do you know the guilt she might have felt? And in those moments when she was watching, I'm quite sure she saw a lot of negative stuff online. And can you imagine the guilt that you all put this woman through? Unnecessary. With no proof. Just because you don't like black women, or some of you heifers out here don't like certain black women. Let's just be honest. Some of you don't like baby mamas. Never mind that PNB Rock created a baby mama. But we got the fake outrage for the victim all of a sudden because it's a black woman involved. And I bet you 1,000% if she had been white, especially with the black men in the sector, especially with a lot of these black men that hate black women, if she had been white, none of you would have even deemed to open your mouth to say anything. You would have been commiserating with her as being a victim, and your prayers would have been going out to their children if she was white, or any non-black woman for that matter, because that's just how much some of you hate black women. But where's the negativity for this black man that killed another black man? Black on black crime has been something that has been plaguing the black community for decades upon decades, with black men being at the forefront of the problem. And we've been saying this, black women have been saying this. Every statistic points to this. But still, we want to turn a blind eye. Kareem the trucker says, I have pictures from places my wife and I have been and never posted them. You have to be careful. This is why celebrities don't even buy a home that isn't in an area that most can't enter. That's true. Now, for me, you know, as I got older and wiser, I'm a lot more careful about taking pictures and leaving my location, especially now that I'm a social media influencer. With me being a virtual nobody, I'm even careful. But I wasn't before. I wasn't. I posted plenty of pictures, plenty of times. And then there are times like when I've changed phones, like I have an old phone that I don't use anymore and I upgrade and I get a new phone. There are certain features on your phone that you have to activate, like that location feature for your pictures. On some phones, if you don't put on there that you don't want it to automatically give your location, every picture that you take, every picture that you post is going to automatically send your location. And you may not be aware that that particular feature is operational on your device. Because it happened to me a few times. I didn't even know it was operational on my device. I had to deactivate it. But she did nothing no different than what most women do. But my whole thing is, when are we going to, as a group, admit that we have a problem? We have a huge problem with black on black crime. And it's not just happened to PNB Rock. I was speaking to CK earlier. He and I was having a conversation about this, and he was talking about how now these different rap companies, they're taking out insurance policies on their artists. And that can be problematic too. So to me, they also become a suspect because they would have a lot to gain from an artist being executed. They would have a lot to gain from that. I remember back in the day when I was younger, I sold life insurance door to door for a very brief period of time. And the guy that was training me, he was a white man. He was in an all black neighborhood. And this is what made me quit. When he made this statement to me, he said, you know what? He said, if it wasn't against ethics policies, I would take out insurance policies on all these guys I see out here standing on these corners. That's what he said to me. And this was a white man. And it turned me right off because I knew the implication of what he was saying. Because they know that we kill each other on such a high scale that it would be easy to take out a $1 million policy on every black person's head and just wait for them to drop. That's what they do. So who knows? Maybe the record companies caught on to something like that, and that's what they're doing. Because it's mighty funny, two rappers, and I think in just 2 years' time, or was it a year time? Who was that other rapper that also got killed by a black man? I think it was ASAP Rocky or something like that. He also got killed by another black man. So I need y'all to keep that same energy for these black men killing other black men. What's up, all day things, Nata Jean? I see you down there with the butterflies. She says, hey, Faith. Oh, it was Nipsey Hussle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not ASAP Rocky. It was Nipsey Hussle that got killed. And mind you, I didn't know anything about Nipsey Hussle. I didn't know anything about this particular rapper. Nothing about them until they got killed. They were, to me, not very well known rappers. They were more like local rappers. Only the people in the local communities knew them. So I don't know, if you're a local rapper and you're not, making that much money or gaining that much traction for your record company, maybe your record label would take an insurance policy out on you. I think that bears looking into. I think that's more likely than the evil black women taking y'all out, because historically that has not been the case. Historically, that hasn't been the case. Right, Reigning Woman says it's like murdering another black man is a rite of passage. Cassandra Brown has a good point as well. She says that's why funeral homes are one of the most profitable businesses in the black neighborhoods. Yeah, because of all of the murders and homicides. It's a shame, y'all. It's a shame. I'm wondering if I should open up the panel. If there's anybody down here that knows, or if you said anything disparaging about this woman's you know dealings with her baby father being murdered and she had nothing to do with it, and you just want to clear your conscience, come on up. Because I think, hold on a second, I think that it should be aired out. If you just want to have something that you want to say about the subject, I'm going to go ahead and drop the link down here in the chat room. Okay, there it is. The link has been dropped. The panel is open. So anybody that has something that they want to add to this topic and this topic only, and I'm just going to warn you, don't get up here changing the subject. We want to talk about this situation. We want to talk about how is it that we got so many black on black crimes where black men are killing other black men, but black men think that black women are their biggest enemy. I want to know, how is it that it's always coming down to blaming the black woman, but it's never coming down to you all really looking each other in the eye and saying, I have a problem with my brother? Because I know that there's a lot of you who grew up in the hood. Some of you probably didn't. Some of you had parents that, did well in life and got you out of that situation, and kudos to them. I don't blame them. But a lot of us grew up in the hood. So a lot of you brothers know what it's like to be going to school. You're trying to go to school, but you can't go to school and just manage your own business and just, be a kid or a teenager and just learn, because you being bothered by other black men and other black boys in the neighborhood. You being hassled, you being harassed by gangs. You got people wanting to fight you, trying to make you join a gang. You got people wanting to rob you because your parents bought you a fresh pair of Jordans. Come on now. I know some of you Gen Xers in here know what I'm talking about. You at the gas station trying to get gas for your car, and you get approached by guys that look just like you. They want to rob you. They want to steal your vehicle. Nowhere in this is there a black woman posing the biggest threat to you. Oh, okay, BMT. He said that's Mahogany typing on my phone. She's enjoying the show. What's up, Mahogany? Hey, BMT, I heard there's a, what's there, Hurricane Ian. I think they're hidden over there towards you guys' way. Yeah, I heard about that this morning. So I hope you guys are okay. I hope that you are preparing and taking shelter. As I heard it's pretty serious over there. But anyway, let me get back to what I was talking about. Black women are not the biggest threat to black men. It's other black men. And like I said, I dropped the link down here because I want somebody to come up here and explain to me. Just tell me, how is it always black women? How is it you always think black women posing a threat to you? Somebody explain it to me. ABC News 7 says a 17-year-old boy and his stepmother have been arrested in connection with the murder of rapper PNB Rock, who was shot at the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles. A 17-year-old boy and his stepmother have been arrested in connection with the murder of rapper PNB Rock, who was fatally shot earlier this month at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles restaurant in South Los Angeles, Eyewitness News has learned. A man who is the third-party suspect in the killing remains at large. According to the Los Angeles. So this man is teaching his son how to rob other black men. He's teaching his son how to be a criminal. So what about the bad fathers who are the bad influences on their sons in the black community? How come I don't hear black men talking about that? How come I don't hear you all talking about how a lot of you are not really there to help raise your children, especially your sons, to be better men. But you always sitting up here calling out men who are willing to be there for children that you're not there for, the stepfathers. There's another man right now who is a stepfather to your child that you're not in their life. And you're calling that man a simp. But you're not there. So what does that make you? Black men do not teach each other how to be good fathers, and they do not talk to each other about being good husbands either. But they're always running around here talking about how the women need to teach each other how to be good wives and mothers. Good wives and mothers to who and what? You guys are horrible, horrible husbands, horrible fathers. But you all want good wives and mothers, though. And you don't want nobody else to be a good father to your children. You call him a simp. So exactly who is supposed to be there for the children then? If you don't want to be there, you don't want there to be a good man in your baby mama's life to be a good father to your child that you don't want to take care of. Who's supposed to be there then? Raining Woman says they don't even teach each other how to be decent human beings. No, they don't. But yet and still, they think that they are decent. Everything is the black woman's fault. But let me continue. So the 17-year-old who was arrested in the South Bay neighborhood of Lawndale was booked on suspicion of murder, the LAPD said in a statement. The teenager's stepmother was identified by police as 32-year-old Chantel Trone. She was taken into custody in Gardena and booked on suspicion of being an accessory to murder. PNB Rock born Rakeem Hashim Allen was shot and killed at the restaurant on September 12th. According to the Los Angeles Police Department, a suspect entered the restaurant and approached the rapper at these are the facts of the situation. These are the facts of the situation. So the 30-year-old PNB Rock was known for singles that include Fleek and Selfish. I've never heard of any of these songs, but maybe the younger generation of you guys have. Originally from Philadelphia, he was most recently based in Los Angeles. He had 2.5 million followers on Instagram. After his death, fans gathered near the restaurant to mourn the popular musician. So that's the a little bit of the article that I read on that. Let me see here. I want to open up my my YouTube real quickly here. I'm going to pin the link to the top. The link is in the chat for anyone who wants to hit the link. Who wants to hit the link. I'm doing it backwards. Oh, I can't. Okay. All right. It looks like I can't pin the link unless I'm on a computer. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My sound cut out. Am I back? I can't share the screen because I'm doing StreamYard from my cell phone. I was trying to pin the link that I dropped earlier, but it looks like I can't. So I'll drop it again for anybody that wants to come up and anybody that has anything that they want to share, anything that they want to say on the subject matter. Like I said, we always have low energy, low vibrations for Black women. Oh, okay. You said sound. That's probably because I'm toggling in between my internet and another internet server on the phone. So it won't let me look at an article and read the article and then get back to you guys. So I apologize for that. I'm doing everything on my phone because right now my computer is acting kind of wonky. I got that in the shop, so I've been doing a lot of my streams from my cell phone. Okay, thanks, Free Zone Lou. Infinity Time Travel Show, what's up? Yeah, so I can't help but wonder what it is that goes through the mind of other Black men that see successful Black men. Just like even with D Rail, I see the jealousy of Black men towards him as well. D Rail is a licensed therapist. He has a business. He's very successful in real life, not just on YouTube. He has credentials. So I see a lot of Black men that like to attack him and attack his credentials, and they even tried to get him get his license taken away from him. That's how far they were willing to go to do damage to him because he is a successful Black man. What is it with the crab and barrel mentality of some of you? And I'm talking to Black men towards other Black men. I'm talking about Black men towards other Black men. What's up, Marvell? 318 says sexy faith. Thank you. I mean, are you guys that jealous of each other that you're willing to tear each other down? Now, we talk all the time about group economics. We talk about supporting each other, supporting Black businesses, wanting to see each other excel. But I just kind of think that maybe that's not really the case. I kind of think that some of us really, really deep, 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 deep down, we really don't like each other like that. And we really don't want to see each other excel. I think we got a lot of haters in the group, guys. Kareem says not him. He says, I love to see all Black people do well. This is why on my channel, I would do videos on how you can get money. Kareem, I love Black men like you. O'Shea is another one. I've seen O'Shea help other Black men excel. He's never been a hater. I've never seen O'Shea out here hating on nobody, trying to tear down somebody's channel or somebody's business or get them fired. But I have seen plenty of Black people, just even in the social media space. I've seen Black people trying to get other Black people fired from their jobs because they disagreed with something they said online. I've seen this. I've seen black people showing up to other black people's homes to kill them because they don't like something they said online. Like, what is it with us? And it's especially really bad with the black men. I've seen so many altercations with online YouTube content creators where when they finally meet up with each other, they ready to come to blows about opinions online. Like we ready to annihilate each other with the quickness. Thank you so much, Marvell 318 for the $1.49 super sticker. I appreciate it. We about to annihilate each other with the quickness. Great Britain says it happens even here on YouTube. Even if people disagree, they dox each other. That's what I'm talking about. It's that crap. See, we are not recognizing what the crab in the barrel mentality look like. See, this is in real time, y'all. The crab in the barrel mentality looks like you calling the next black man's job and getting that black man fired. The crab in the barrel mentality looks like you doxing the next black man and then smearing his name all over social media. It looks like you showing up to their house and killing them, or going to conduct some other black on black crime against your brother or your sister. That's what the crab in the barrel mentality is. This is just new age crab in the barrel mentality. And y'all don't even recognize that y'all are crabs. I've been saying this, I've been banging on this, I've been ringing the alarm on this for the longest. Why do you think I refuse to participate? Because I know it's crabs in the barrel mentality. Now, there's some sisters on here, I don't particularly care for them. Don't like them, not one little bit. Don't even like a lot of their talking points. But I'll be damned if I take time out of my day to go and try to get a sister fired, or take time out of my day to go and see if I can do harm to somebody over some stuff that I disagree with, or because I'm jealous. Y'all some little jealous sons of bitches over here. I'm just gonna come out here and say it. Some of y'all are some jealous, envious, hating ass mofos I ever seen in my life. Right, Great Britain, that too, calling CPS to get another woman's child taken. I've seen stuff like that too. There was one content creator, Woman Sphere, another content creator on here. She always talks about this story where this lady was homeless and living in a hotel with her child, and people stalked this woman to the point where they were getting this woman evicted from the hotel that she was living in. And this woman had a child. Like, what part of crab and barrel and you all need to quit that you all don't understand? Let me tell you something. I have a little business that I'm trying to get going, and it's like a courier service. The courier services are what's popping right now because people want things at their door. So you can get a fleet, you can get on with different providers, and you can get contracts out here and make lots of money doing it. And I have already other groups. I have white people trying to beat me out of these contracts. I have white men that I am in competition with out here for these contracts. And it's cutthroat. I'm going to tell you, it is cutthroat out here. I got that to worry about. And then on top of having to worry about that, I got to worry about you niggas too. Because if I say something that you don't like on social media, you might find out who I got a contract with and try to get my shit all fucked up in the system. So while I'm worried about being blackballed by Whitey, hell, y'all might help the motherfuckers out. So not only do I have to worry about them, but I got to worry about y'all black asses too. And no, it hasn't happened, by the way, Marvell, but I'm just using an example. This is what we're up against out here as black people. And nobody is really talking about that on a realistic basis. Nobody's talking about that. You could be out here doing your level best to be successful and productive in society, and it would be another black person. You thinking that it's going to be Whitey that do you in. But at the end of the day, it's always your own people. Every goddamn time. So PNB Rock, yeah, he was flashy. He flashed his chain. He flashed his money. He flashed his cars. He flashed his women. He flashed his houses. But you know what? So what if he flashed his stuff? This man should be free to flash his riches or whatever without one of us trying to take from him. And see, that's the other thing in the black community. We do a lot of victim blaming. We do a lot of blaming of the victim. Well, he should have never been flashing his stuff around like that, or he wouldn't have never got robbed. No, he should have never ever invited them to rob him. Even if he said, come and get me on 43rd and Drexel. He got a right to be on 43rd and Drexel and nobody bother him. But the mentality of black people is, hey, I'm going to get you before you get me. What was that show when Medea was sitting up there talking to the psychiatrist, and it was real confusing because she was saying, well, you know what? They're going to try to get me, so I'm going to get them before they get me because I don't want to get got trying to get them. So I'm going to get them before I get got, or they're going to get me and then I'm going to get got. So I'm going to get them because I don't want to get got trying not to get got and them trying to get me and get got. I mean, I'm sitting up here like, what? But that's our mentality. I got to get you before you get me. Kareem the trucker says, exactly, Miss Faith. Why is it a white man can drive a Lamborghini and no one carjack him? Exactly. White man can come to the black neighborhood, but that white skin is the only protection that he needs. He could drive his brand new Bentley, brand new Lamborghini, brand new BMW all through the hood, and ain't now one of you niggas gonna bother. Ain't now one of you Negroes gonna bother that white man. But soon as you see one of your neighbors with something that look nice, it don't even have to be a brand new BMW. It could be a old used BMW, but it's better than yours. And you gonna get jealous of that Negro because we can't imagine or see each other doing well. And when we see one person doing well, we're not happy for them. Now we mad because we don't want him to be better than us. This Negro think he better than me. The hell he think this is? I remember we were both down here at the bottom. What the hell he doing climbing his way up to the top, riding around in nice cars? How dare you ride around in a nice car? How dare you have something better than mine? How dare you be doing better in life than me? But you're not going to bother that white man. That white man, you expect him to be better in life. These are our expectations of each other. We expect other groups to be doing better than us so they can walk around looking rich, looking good. It doesn't bother us because we expect it. But the minute one of us is doing better, we don't expect it and we don't like it. And we're jealous. We're envious. And we're going to seek to tear that person down. Bring them back down to our level. And the hate goes so deep that we will even murder you because you made it. Yeah, I'm talking about us. Now, I do understand that there are those of us that don't think that way, but I'm talking about collectively. That's how we are as a group. Yeah, the mentality does need to change because we don't even recognize it. Like I said, even on a small level, like doxing on YouTube, all that doxing is nigga hateration. It is a sign of a crab in the barrel mentality that you want to bring another black person down because you just don't like them. You want to knock them down a peg. And this is what we do. And some of you think you slick because you'll sit up here and say, oh, how come these people won't cam up? How come these people won't do such and such? How come these people won't show and prove how they living? How come these people don't be more forthcoming with their information? Because you niggas, because of you niggas, okay? Some of these people have a lot to lose, and you don't. Some of these people know you ain't got a lot to lose. And that's the reason why they're not being forthcoming with their information, not wanting to cam up, not wanting to show you another side of life that they probably could show you. Because if they showed it to you, you would be mad. And then you'll really start digging into their information, not so that you can learn how you can be like them, but so you can tear them down. You start looking for stuff. So that's why they don't do it, because they know the nature of Negroes. What's up, D Rail? D Rail said facts, big facts. And D Rail, I mentioned you earlier, because like I said, I see the hateration, even like I said with my brother here, D Rail, being successful, having his own business, and having credentials, having the professional know-how, the knowledge. You have Negroes sit up here and they try to tear this man down. They try to get his license taken away because of jealousy. When my man came on here, he came on here talking about his credentials as a sexual assault investigator and a commander in the army. And they called him a simp. They called him a simp. Then they start wanting to try to dox him and dig all up in his information out of jealousy. Because you all can't stand to see Black excellence. We got people on here who are successful in the trucking field. They're truck drivers, or they own fleets of trucks. And you all can't stand to see these people doing well. PNB Rock, he's a family guy. He's out with his baby mama. He's doing well for himself at this stage in his life. Well, at the stage where he was in his life, because his life was taken by one of us. And he gave a Black man a job. He said, hey, brother, you know what? I need somebody to, taxi me around, just drive us around, me and my girlfriend. Here's the itinerary. And he did not take that and say, you know what? I'm grateful for the opportunity. He didn't say, thanks, brother, for giving me a job. I appreciate it. No, he got on the phone, took that itinerary, and he called his 17-year-old son and implicated him in a crime. Teaching his son how not to succeed the right way. And taking another Black man's life, taking a father away from Black children. He is adding to the fatherless households out here. And now he has ruined his own son's life and his own, and probably even the woman that he's married to. All because he a jealous ass Negro that couldn't stand to see another man next to him being successful and happy. And I wonder which one of you Black male content creators that fired up a stream blaming PNB Rock's baby mama and using her as a weapon to demonize Black women, which of you are going to be the first to fire up a stream and take that same energy and use it against that Negro? Which one of you are going to keep that same energy going against this Negro. And which one of you are going to call brothers to come together and do better? Stop being jealous of one another when you're successful. You know, I had my Better Class of Women series, and when I talked to CK, he was saying we need a better class of men too. He said women cannot do better until the men do better. And I absolutely agree with him on that. See, we as Black people, we're in a very, very unique and very, very complicated situation where we are living in a patriarchal system. And this is a patriarchal system where other men call the shots amongst their groups. But Black men are the only men who have not been allowed to have any type of power within their own group. And so in a patriarchal system, men reward other men. So whereas other men come into this patriarchal system here in this country, and they come with their power structure, their achievements, and their resources. Black men don't have a power structure. They don't have very many achievements, and they don't have any resources. And so therefore in this system, a lot of you are looked down upon. And it was by design that you were kept away from a lot of opportunities. And when opportunities finally did open up, you were so indoctrinated into a system where you believed that you had to always scrape from the bottom. And the gender roles were reversed purposely, where your women were given just a little bit more power than you. Not much, but just a little bit. Reaction Satisfaction says exactly at the faith factor, because women follow men. Men have to be better to better lead women, whether the women are good or not. A bad woman will do things for a man she likes and respects. And that's Tabernacle. Nothing but facts there. If the woman does not respect the man, then she's going to go her own way, or she's going to look for a man that she can respect. So this whole entire situation, you know, it pretty much is eye-opening, because it lets me see where we are as a group, where we are with our men, and with the men ability to lead collectively. And I'm not saying that this is every Black man, but I was talking about collectively. Something's got to change, because we can't have certain ones of our Black men rising up, and then we have other Black men pulling them down. Every time you get a Black man that shows us that he's got that grit, that he's capable of competing, there's always another Black man to tear him down. Chris Rock makes it to where he's able to be a host at the Oscars. And he's asked to do it again. And he's making his money up there on that stage. And you got Will Smith, another black man, goes up there and embarrasses him because he's feeling a certain kind of way. Will Smith is feeling emasculated in his own home. And so he sees this other black man on the stage, happy, secure within himself, and making strides. And he seeks to take that out on him. There's a pattern here, guys. There's a pattern. We can never get nowhere because of each other. Meanwhile, with my little courier service business, I see other groups helping each other. Are they sharing any trade secrets with me? No. Are they trying to, help me out, or, trying to see if they can help me get information about other services so I can get other contracts? No. I'm all by myself. But they sure do stick together, and they sure do help each other. And they ain't got to worry about looking over their shoulder for one of their own to tear them down. But I got all of that worry. Black men, y'all damn sure got that worry. A long, long time ago, I remember Jason Black said that, there's going to have to be a thinning of the herd and a separation between the black people that want to be progressive and move forward, and the black people that do not, they want to hold you back. And he said a long time ago, you can't take everybody. Everybody can't come. And now, with all of this killing going on, with all of these doxings and people losing their jobs and people getting killed, I understand exactly what he's talking about. And it's us doing it to each other. What's up at the Information Man show? He says the faith factor, peace and respect, sister. Kareem the trucker says, yep, everyone can't go where you're going. No. Even if you're trying to even have a black family or a black relationship, you have these crab in the barrel Negroes trying to tear that down. There was a sister on here that had just gotten married. And you had black women trying to tear down her marriage and talk down on her marriage. Because they didn't have nobody, or they were unhappy in their situations. So we do it to each other all the time. So here's the solution. We got to start recognizing what modern day crab in the barrel mentality is. Because see, when we talk about the crab in the barrel mentality, We think about something back in the 60s and the 70s, crab in the barrel mentality. But I'm telling you, the modern day crab in the barrel mentality is what we're doing to each other right now. The modern day crab in the barrel mentality doesn't just happen in an office setting. It happens on the streets when you as a black man see another black man with money and goods, and the first thought that come to your head is you want to rob that man. But the thought doesn't come into your head to ask that man to mentor you so you can get to his level. Or you pay attention to that man and watch what he's doing, and then you emulate and try to get to his level, but not to take from that man. Because when you take from that man, you're taking from the rest of us. That is a resource. The Information Man show is a resource. If you all get together and strike down his channel, then his channel is no longer there to be a resource. And he provides a lot of good information on his channels. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. The modern day crab in the barrel mentality. Because you're jealous of someone. You want to see them fail. I've seen the modern day crab in the barrel mentality at work. Yes, even here in social media. Doxing people. Having, what do they call those? Flagging parties. And some of the people that you're perpetrating these acts on, these are not bad people, by the way. But you're doing it because you just don't like the person or you're jealous. So some of you have to look yourselves in the mirror and ask yourself and be completely honest. You don't have to come back and make a declaration that you did this, but just personally look at yourself and ask yourself, do I fall in the category of a hater? Am I that crab in the barrel Negro? Have I ever participated in an activity that might have gotten my brother or my sister fired from their job or potentially put them in harm's way by putting their information out there? Did I speak badly on somebody's relationship because I was jealous that I didn't have a relationship, or the relationship that I'm in isn't nowhere near as good as what I perceive their relationship to be? So now I'm going to hate. All of this is modern day crabs in the barrel mentality. So you know me, I don't just talk about the topic. I also like to talk about solutions. And I like to talk about healing and becoming better as individuals. Like I said in my previous live stream, it ain't hard, people, to be a better class of people. You could be an asshole today, and in this very moment, you can decide that I don't want to be an asshole anymore. It's not hard. Self-reflection is not a weakness. It's actually a strength. It's a good character builder. But now I've gone in an hour and a half. I didn't want to make my video too long on this. Nobody has hit the link, so I'm going to go ahead and close out. With that, I just want to say I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all the mods who have been moderating down there in the chat. And with that, I'm going to say mwah, peace. And I'm out. Holla.